The war between the land and sea, the one with the fish transformer.
Look at him.
I'm getting spikes in testosterone.
What, so she's a man now?
A show where its creators freely admit they're outsmarted by children.
Our kids know this! Our kids! They're way ahead of us! Why aren't we listening?
And because, according to Russell T Davies, the term sea devils is racist, they gave them a new name.
Homo aqua.
That was a long pause, wasn't it? I was halfway through my hate crime complaint. In fact, he had an interesting thing to say about the name Sea Devils.
In mythology, we call them sea devils, but we're better than that now.
Your ratings aren't, though, are they? You'd love to go back to the 70s and get some of those racist viewers. Now, the war between land and sea is about where fish people come and start complaining that there's pollution in the oceans, and so to make a point, decide to dump it on London. Personally, I can't see any difference. In fact, I don't know whether they did that to send a message or just make all the foreigners feel at home. But one thing's for sure, in this, they think the humans are the bad guys. The people at the BBC hate their own species, as well as their own nation and their own people. And so they want you to know, this is all your fault.
Thinking it's someone else's problem, but it's not. This is my fault. We all played our part. Now we have to help fix it.
They bring dead babies onto the screen and then go, but it's your fault, viewer.
We have a gift for you, my children.
All I'm saying is this message may carry a bit more weight. If it wasn't working for a corporation that spent billions of dollars on absolutely useless trash that nobody likes. I'd say I'd like to look at Russell T Davies' carbon footprint, but I don't. I know where it's been. But as this is the BBC, all of their messaging just turns out to be, well, evil. And that's why the show comes across, despite its high production values, as strangely mean. Like Unit, as ever, does go out of its way to hire the weak, the feeble, and the mentally disabled. But for some reason decided to specifically target two people in wheelchairs to hire, only to put them in front of a table that they can't see over.
Maybe she's wearing an implant.
Well, they could have shared consciousness.
Should we use some of our alien technology to heal them and make them walk? No, put some stilts on that table. Keep them in their place, they've got to know they're small. All I'm saying says a lot about the BBC. Let's get stuck in. We start in a very English way. Yeah, that's right, there's a load of foreigners on a boat, and yet somehow I'm meant to be to blame for that. God. To be fair, Russell T Davies, great stereotype. Don't know what it's got to do with me. But they pull in their fishing haul. He hears his fish roar, and he would fit right in London, wouldn't he? He's already nailed the local culture. Welcome to the main character, though. He starts off topless because I've always assumed this is the casting process for Doctor Who. He's got to go to work in the middle of the night and so wakes up, well, a daughter. It's supposed to be his, but he's gay and she clearly isn't genetically related to him. I'm assuming turkey baster again. So they go down and meet a unit car, which is essentially the military. And, well, this is the BBC's version of the military.
Hello.
Why have they activated you?
Oh, look at the face on that. What I mean by the BBC's military, it's basically diversity hires. It's the kind of place where people who have no business being there have a chip on their shoulder and so just walk around with a face like a dog licking piss off a thistle.
Why have they activated you?
I don't know.
Oh, that was a jump scare and a half, wasn't it? Do you remember when in TV casting processes, they used to actually put some effort in to make sure that the children looked like they belonged to the parents?
This is Kirby, they're my child, they're with me.
That's debatable.
But I'm in uniform.
It's alright, love, he doesn't want to role play with you, you're okay. I got dressed up specially for you to look like I did something with my life.
It's in Fulham, it's on the way.
We can get a taxi in 2 minutes.
Where's the sisterhood? Do you want her to get attacked?
You're not crossing London on your own this time of night, and that's how.
Yeah, but why though? Why can't you travel across London at night on your own, Russell? Why? Is it the rubbish? Is it the plastic pollution? Are the sea devils driving the taxi for us now, Russell?
Sorry, this is just how it is. I'm sorry.
So, why are you with soldiers?
Ran out of eggs. I'm 99% sure that won't translate internationally, and it really was a terrible comment.
Sometimes with an oil spill, arguments.
Although somehow not as terrible as his comment. Either way, he takes them to the mum, and I'm still not sure how this happened. He prefers the company of men, and, well... No, actually, the longer the scene goes on, the more sense it makes. I'm still not sure how a child appeared out of this. I can only assume he rolled it up and thumbed it in.
See ya.
Presumably, they broke up when he left Narnia.
The ex is a bit cross, mate.
Oh my god, what is wrong with her face? This is Unit, you should have accepted it by now, love. Everyone there's incompetent.
You've broken so many rules.
I know.
It's the head prefect. My only role in life is to enforce the rules. I'm sure whenever there's a disaster, she'll know exactly how to handle it, as soon as somebody tells her what to do. But he is here to replace someone called Roger Trevivic. I know I pronounced that wrong, but if you wanted it pronounced correctly, you can have a proper name.
On a mission in Scotland, so...
That explains the name. His parents were pissed. With that, he gets on a private jet, meets his commanding officer who asks the important questions when it comes to the military.
Pierre Dupont, does that surname make you French?
You have to know that when anything happens, the first thing he's going to do is run away. The crew get their iPads, though, for the briefing, and his security code doesn't work. He doesn't have clearance for it. Tells the other guy, this was a mistake. I shouldn't be here. I replaced Roger before because his wife was having a baby, but all I did was hold his phone. It didn't even ring. And since then, HR put me down on the forms as his replacement, even though I don't have security clearance to be his replacement. And he's there panicking, and I'm just thinking, you should tell your boss. He'll be fine with it. I'm sure this kind of crap happens all the time. You're in Unit. Unit exclusively hires DEI incompetence. This stuff will happen all the time. At this point, we're just lucky that you've got legs. Unit is a complex system being run by idiots. They know everything will go wrong. In fact, sending someone on a top secret mission without skills or talent is what Unit do all the time. That's why they employed Rose.
I promise I can help him get home and then you'll never see me again.
You're assuming he as a pronoun.
So I'm not Roger Trevithick's replacement. Oh, great 10.
You are not a 10. You may be a 10 to Russell T Davies, but then again, he's not really judging your face. To Russell, this guy is probably a lot like Sydney Sweeney is to everybody else, where wearing a top up to here is the equivalent of putting on Clark Kent's glasses.
10. You're 10.
Now is not the time to join the Mile High Club, mate. Aliens are invading. We don't have time.
Didn't talk to me, and I didn't show you anything.
Oh, don't take it too harshly, mate. In this show, he's meant to be into women. But he's panicking. I don't know what to do. And just tell your boss. He doesn't tell his boss. But I can understand why when he gets a free helicopter ride. The problems come thick and fast, though, when they start giving the incompetents guns. I mean, look at that. I do admire the trigger discipline on both of them, but I'm pretty sure it's not standard procedure, whatever you've got between your legs, to be pointing your gun at your friend. And I know what you think, well, she might be standing behind him. Maybe she's only about to blow away his backpack. Yeah, no, it's definitely pointing at him. I tell you what, it's no wonder this company needs to replace a lot of his staff when she's around. She probably took out half the last crew just by accident. He doesn't say anything. I would have elbowed her in the face. Now, as the helicopter comes into land...
Sir, this entire coastline belongs to us.
I'd be panicking too with one of them Unit pilots. You don't even know if they've passed the license test. Or they just drag someone in off the street with the right characteristics for them. I'm sorry, but what on earth is wrong with her walking? Is it because she's so short she's like, no, I have big strides as well like his men folk? Now, they go through a decontamination booth.
Decontamination in progress.
Seems really stupid to me. I don't know if you noticed. Not only are these people in suits on the wrong side of the decontamination booth, then again, she lives in London. He's probably the sane person. It's like, oh, I don't want any of that filth near me. But the decontamination booth itself, it's not sealed in any way. The only thing acting as an airlock is a bit of plastic sheeting that they move out the way.
Decontamination in progress.
What are you even decontaminating?
Decontamination in progress.
Why did we zoom in on his hair? Or lack of it? We're just decontaminating his scalp. Would have been funny if it grew back though, wouldn't it? Now they see the dead animal that got shot. Apparently, first they tried to hide it, but then they tried to sell it to the highest bidder.
We saw it online, declared it a hoax, flew in from Madrid, sealed the place off.
Probably BBC Verify, experts in disinformation.
In mythology, we call them sea devils, but we're better than that now.
I'm not. I don't even know what we're better than that now means. We're better than using a correct name that accurately describes them. Instead of using the correct name that has been true for so long it's actually entered mythology, I'm a new person now and I'm just going to name it on the spot.
Let's say, Homo Aqua.
Well, aren't I glad that this leviathan of intellectual fortitude has just spontaneously made up a name on the spot that apparently I'm supposed to hold to. This is just like Russell T Davies himself. There's nothing wrong with sea devils. It's their name. And then he went, yeah, it's racist. And now nobody's allowed to use it because he doesn't like it. Well, the thing is, I don't like him. So I don't know why I should care about what his opinion is of what I should say or not. It's like this guy. It doesn't matter to me. Why should I listen to his name? No, I've said you should say this. Well, I think you're evil, now what?
Which means the correct name is Homo spondyloerectus.
Yes, that's right. Not only do we have a woman in STEM, but we're supposed to believe that off the top of her head she can come up with the correct name for a species that she didn't know existed until 3 minutes ago. They've been called sea devils throughout all of mythology. No, actually, I've just made up a Latin name for it to sound smart.
I say Homo aqua, because that's what it looks like.
Well, I think you're both incompetent tick boxes, and so I'll stick to the correct name of sea devils. I mean, look at that. That's a face that could strip paint. I don't really care what Leslie Headland's daughter has to say about it.
Do we have a sex?
The BBC doesn't normally ask about that because they don't like the answers. The last time they did, they had to do a cover-up about a children's hospital.
The genitalia suggest reptilian cloaca.
This is what its digestive system is. No, I'm asking, does it have dangly bits, love? That's what I'm really interested in. And you know, this is the BBC, but I'm asking, is it a man or a woman?
Which is found on both male and female.
Yes, reptiles have a digestive system. But he wants to know, does it have a gash or not, love?
What about the neck?
It's probably not in the neck. Only Frankenstein kept his nuts in his neck. It turns out the sea devils all have a pearl in their neck, which they took out, tested, and then decided to insert back in its neck. They think it might be decoration, but it seems to be implanted when they're a kid, which seems like some barbaric practice of the third world at best.
Bedded in the skin.
That's just prompted some fan fiction, I can promise you that.
It goes back at least 2,000 years, sir, the use of pearls as jewellery.
I'm sorry, love, but now isn't the time to talk about your need to accessorize. This is a military organisation. We don't care about your jewellery practices. I don't know why you think it'd be relevant to start talking about humans when we're talking about fish people from outer space. Sorry, onto the ocean. I'm still gonna call them aliens.
It's said Cleopatra removed her pearl earring.
Yeah, but she also bathed in goat milk and was a band from the 90s. I really don't know what this has to do with the fish people, though, darling.
Dissolved it in vinegar and drank it in front of Mark Antony.
Okay, that had literally no relevance to the scene. But you're like, did you know Cleopatra's a complete lunatic?
Could be useful file, that.
I hope that was sarcasm. No, it's probably just incompetence, isn't it? It's going to be incompetence all the way down.
Ready for the deep scan?
Yes, sir.
Oh, now it makes sense why you brought him along. He can scan internally. I do like how in every scene they've made him sweat. No one else is sweating on their uniform, but with him like, yeah, Tommy, you've worked up an appetite. With that though, he goes up to the sea devil. I don't know why he does that. He even says later on he's not religious.
I'm not even religious.
He may as well have gone up to the corpse and done the Tinky Winky dance. Not only would it have meant the same symbolically to him, but to the fish people as well, as they don't know what that symbol means. And for some reason, they bring this suitcase to the ocean and decide they want to communicate with the fish people. There's a whole talk about, I don't know why they're here. This ocean has no depth. Well, there was an underwater avalanche. It went on for miles. They're waking up.
Severed communications cables, which I think is significant.
Yeah, mate, they triggered an underwater avalanche for 500 miles just to slash some communication cables. UNIT needs to start hiring some competent people. These are fish people. They could just swim up to it and cut it. They didn't need to destroy their own environment.
They're waking up.
These are woke fish. Although if they kill most of the people in UNIT, I will be on their side. Now, we do have a really weird language from them. It's got to be more annoying than the average BBC executive. The problem is they haven't translated the language yet. They could have said anything. Can you imagine living underwater happily in peace and then just out of nowhere this disembodied voice shouts, "Twat blast!" As that is what the show is being nicknamed by its fans. Even The Guardian has said that this is an eye-rolling TV show. And in the article, will this spin-off save Doctor Who? So that the show has been nicknamed Twat Blast on fan forums. Back in the military bunk, and obviously, she has to sleep in there right among the men. There would be a lot of fan fiction for this show, if it had fans. Over at the corpse now, and the guards are having an interesting discussion.
The most common domestic accident, fall downstairs, break their necks.
When they're in this show, I can understand why they're fantasizing over it, to be fair. But once again, these two people, thickest people on Earth. I have yet to see a single person in UNIT that I would trust with a toaster, let alone the safety of Earth. He's walking on sludge. Okay, it's sand, it's getting a bit wet. He drops the cup, it starts sinking in. I'll be like, okay, this is weird. Gets worse though when she says,
Careful. Is it chemicals?
Is it chemicals which are flooding the area in such quantities the entire ground is sinking? I better walk in those chemicals then.
Whoa.
Whoa, toxic fumes.
What is it?
I don't know.
Stop walking deeper into it. Every step she takes, she sinks deeper into the mud. Stop doing it. And then she starts sinking. Still doesn't take any lesson from this.
I don't know.
Now it's a bit late. Turns out those chemicals are a bit dangerous. Now at this point, you know you're in quicksand. Whatever it is, it's quicksand. What do you not do in quicksand? that. Walk into it. Now he decides this is as far as he can walk into it as he's sinking himself, and so decides to reach at a distance it's physically impossible. I mean, I'm already in the quicksand, but I wouldn't want to go any deeper because that'd be dangerous, right? He could have walked around the edge to her. You can see it's safe here, and that's closer than he is. I'm just begging Unit to hire the best person for the job. Once. Just have one guy. Just have one English guy who knows what he's doing. Please. It's a fantasy show. You don't have to replicate the BBC. So he's sinking, trying to grab her, not realizing even if I grab her, I'm sinking anyway. And I've got to say, she deserves it. This is not a never-ending story moment. This did not scar me for years. I'm like, good. Jesus! He ain't gonna save you. It's gonna take a lot more than 3 days for you to respawn. We need help! He's there on the radio going, we need help, we need help, we need help. But Unit is so incompetent they don't have anyone listening. There's no one there to save them. There's no guards on the outside of the door. There's no one listening on the other end of the radio. All you have is... What's that? Is someone beeping the radio? I'm not going to try and answer it. I'm gonna sit here and make a face like someone's just told me the truth. So he dies as well, as the sea creatures take their body back. That's right, she's first out the door. 2 foot tall Tiny Tim. She's the best soldier in the military. I mean, I'm not taking the piss, but just look at the size difference between these two. Okay, I'm kind of taking the piss. Like, he's bending over. I don't want to make her look tiny. She didn't need a seat on the plane. They could have just shoved her in a matchbox in someone's pocket. She's now closer to the camera and he still looks like a giant. Now, at that point, the commander of the military walks in and I don't know how he kept his cool. He was definitely regretting his society has improved after he met this one.
What's happened?
We have to decontaminate, sir.
But tell me what's happening.
There's an alarm going off. People are dying, love. And you're like, contaminate, decontaminate.
So you'll be able to see once.
Captain, tell me what's happened!
I don't think it matters whether I've got a bit of dust on my clothes when people are dying, you stupid bitch. No, but you've got to obey procedure at all times. I wrote the procedure, you silly cow. I know you can't understand hierarchy of importance or why actually rules always have exceptions that should be broken. But at the moment, your commanding officer is here and telling you what to do.
They've gone, sir.
What do you mean?
She's still not accurate. They've gone where? Have they nipped out to the spa? Popped out for a croissant and Tesco? They go in and the floor is re-solidified. He finds one of the chairs embedded in the floor. And after a really unnecessarily long scene, using his radio, which at first they can't hear anything.
Report your location.
We can search the village.
After a while, magically, they can all hear it perfectly.
Private Abdallah, please.
For some reason, when he gets down his knees, a lot more noise gets made. Kind of standard in the BBC offices.
Corporal Morgan, Private Abdallah.
He does take every position. I just hope he got paid enough money for this. Yeah, get down in the dirt on your belly. Crawl around like a worm. In the end, though, he starts to dig with his claws like an animal. And they find a hand. But this is Unit, the undeserving, not intelligent team. And as such, they know exactly what's happened and the most pressing question to ask.
What's that? What is that?
I don't know, mate. Like, seriously. What do you think it is? Is that a reptile's cloaca? Now, understandably, he's stressed, never seen a corpse before. And the woman has the same acting skills of Zendaya, namely one expression. Just, oh, I don't like that smell. The boss comes along, he's like, I wasn't meant to be here. Look, finally, I'll tell you everything. I'm incompetent, unqualified. I'm here completely by accident and mistake. I have no idea what I'm doing. And anything you ask me to do, I'm probably going to mess up because I don't even have the clearance to know about any of this stuff, let alone the training to actually understand what you're saying. I book taxis, not investigate alien life forms. To which the boss says,
Are you saying you're here by accident?
I mean, that is literally what he said.
By mistake, I shouldn't be here.
Are you saying that you're here by mistake? And you shouldn't be here? The mistake I made with this show is that I wasn't playing a game at the same time and watching it on a side monitor. Then I think it would have been just about on my level.
Yes, sir.
And that, I suspect, is how history is made.
I told you I was used to incompetence. Are you saying that Unit, this top secret organization, messed up, put you in a place you don't belong and you have absolutely no skills here? Well, that always happens at Unit. After all, how do you think I became leader? I shouldn't be here either.
One great big chain of mistakes.
that is basically Unit's history. People have no idea what they're doing, messing everything up, and then the Doctor's sorting it out, and for some reason, Unit thinking they can protect the Earth. But like, look, we don't have a choice now. You're the one here. We need civilian oversight on military jurisdiction. You're just gonna have to do the job no matter how incompetent you are. Just look around. You're not gonna be any different than the rest of us.
Welcome aboard.
This is the perfect example of you only realise how messed up an institution is when you've worked inside one. I get the feeling this is what it's like to be working in any entertainment industry. It's just a load of people there by mistake, who all know they've got no talent going, look, it's quite amazing I got here in the first place. Welcome aboard. It's no wonder they preach for identity groups.
Typical military intelligence.
Oh, she's got a bee in her bonnet. I'm sure what she's about to say next is going to be a well-reasoned and intellectual point.
I got a first-class degree and did intensive training at St Andrews.
First-class degree in what, love? Gender studies? Don't you understand? I've been to university, I'm better than you. Anyone who's gone through the modern higher education system and still respects it was too thick to go.
You blundered in. By mistake.
Yeah, it could be worse, love. I could be you.
I'm the one who orders the cars, but I met the Doctor once.
That's true, he did. I think there's video footage of it.
Orlando.
How do you know my name?
I'm kind of psychic.
The Doctor helped him get his end away. No wonder he remembers that night.
No way.
Yeah, it was like, Alonzo.
Last year in the tower, he said hello and then off he went.
Well, he said Alonzi. I think means the same thing. Let's go. Hello. I mean, it rhymes.
What was he like?
About 6 inches. I mean, it's Captain Jack, he can regenerate, but he can't body morph.
Just like...
Average.
He's vivid.
I mean, he said hello to you, he can't have been that impressive.
I think about it every second of every day.
You need a hobby, mate. I don't care who it is, they actually have to do something impressive in your presence to leave an impression. Even Jesus had to turn water into wine before anyone remembered his name. It wasn't enough that he just walked on water, let's be honest. His mum could have been exaggerating and he just went ice skating. But turning water into wine, that's something the English are gonna remember. But she starts describing what the fish are. They're not alien, they're from Earth. They were here before us. They've been hibernating under the Earth, and now they're waking up and wondering why they don't own it anymore. Because you were hibernating. Turns out if you sleep long enough for evolution to happen, other people might appear. They're not the smartest creatures, are they?
They were first. Planet belongs to them.
No, it doesn't. Something isn't yours because you were there first. Something is yours because you conquered it. You should know this, BBC. You're an English TV station. We owned nearly a quarter of Earth because we conquered it. It was ours to do with as we wished.
Technically, we inherited their world.
We didn't inherit their world at all. We evolved into a world they weren't in and then took it over.
But if they're not dead, what if they want it back?
Fuck 'em. We're humans, we're correct by virtue of our being. If you have an outgroup preference, you're a lunatic. An evil lunatic. In a war between humans and fish people, yeah, you better believe I'm on the side of the humans. It was at this moment I realised why he was the main character. Later on, the fish people really like him. And you can see why. With ears that size, he'd be able to swim like a dream. Use them as little flippers. Now we get to see the distribution of labour in this military. Now for some reason there are women in the front lines. Seems weird to me. It just doesn't happen in reality. Not that I'm not for it, I'm not a bigot. I'm so for it that I think the next WW acronym shouldn't stand for World War, but for Women's War. I'm more than happy for them to go to the front line while I stay at home making the ammunition. All I'm saying is, I can't help noticing that the man is on the light, and then next to him... No, I'm not saying she's an incompetent soldier because she doesn't have dangly bits. I'm saying she's an incompetent soldier because she's not looking down the sight of the weapon. That's a G36. The sight is here. Her shoulder is looking down the sight of the weapon. I tell you what, these replicas do look cool though, don't they? I am very envious that they got to play with such cool toys. Now he, as the civilian witness, gets given a camcorder, like in the game Outlast.
Everything. That could be your testimony if we get killed.
Apparently no one here has a body cam on them. They're not reporting back to home base or anything. The only record of what's going on is his battery-powered camcorder, where they have to find the tape and manually take it back to base. I don't know why they don't have some alien technology for this, I'll be honest. Or an iPhone. Instead, we get the Sea Devils.
Arms down!
I'm just glad that one didn't decide to point a gun at a friend.
Aligned and running. 3.
He can barely lift his arm up to actually control the iPad. What is that? What? I don't think he's got full arm movement. How's he supposed to type properly? I tell you what, the incompetence hiring is really harming the capability of this team. I mean, what's she there for? In case someone needs to blend in with the Beatles again. Now they're like, we've set it up to translate. All we need them is for the talk and we can translate it. Not how translations work. You'd need quite a chunk of a language in order to translate it, not just a word. Even Star Trek knew this. Also, you already knew what hello was in their language. Where did you pick that up from? The back of a Rice Krispie box? Either way, he's talkative. That'd be enough for me. I'd shoot him in the head. I don't want to share the world with somebody whose language is as annoying as that. But this guy translates it, and DEI hire, I wouldn't trust him. It's probably all wrong. They start saying, we're unit, we welcome you into diplomatic concord.
Concord is a big concept. Sorry, can we think of another word, please?
Meeting.
It's not that big a concept, is it really? That's why it was so easy to replace with such a simple term. It's not like honor, justice.
You killed us.
No, he didn't. Some random foreigner killed you. That's their problem. I don't know why suddenly now the English have to deal with it. Look, you're not our colonies anymore. You're on your own. If you kill a super powerful fish creature, that's your problem. We've got enough problems to deal with dealing with you. But it's like, you also killed us, and now I think we should stop. They're like, agreed, 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 agreed.
Agreed. Agreed. Agreed.
Is that agreed?
Agreed.
How's that?
So basically, they want peace, harmony, to join forces with the humans into the future.
But
I knew we should have got someone else to talk to him.
we do not agree.
I told you that guy get the translations wrong. We agree, we agree, we agree. No, we don't. At this point, we don't know who it is, but we know one side is definitely retarded. Let's be honest, probably both.
Talk to all your animals.
Humans.
Look, if they can call us animals, I can call them fishy sea devils. Now, I will fully admit the people in front of him on that beach I'd also describe as animals. It's not that I'm insulted, I'm just interested in tit for tat. But it's like, no, they don't want to talk to all humanity. They are talking to all humanity. And of course, how do you think the Incompetence reacted? That's right, they started lifting their guns again. Calm down, dear. I understand you might be emotional, but firstly, if you start firing without looking down that sight, you're going to miss. And secondly, I'm not entering a world war because you've not had enough chocolate today. Alright, calm down, love. Have an avocado or something.
We come in peace.
No, we didn't come anywhere. They came to us. They can piss off back where they came from in peace. Well, now you're really in trouble because that translation is not correct. It didn't make sense before.
No, hold on. Sorry, we still haven't got the right translation.
I told you! You have to remember, this is the same team that hired a 5-year-old on a scooter. I'm gonna watch that again. So it turns out they've been talking to the whole world. They've somehow managed to take over the emergency alert system to send messages to everyone in humanity all at the same time.
It's happening all over the world.
Great, so why is it our problem? I say we send them to the house of the guy that shot him in the first place. I don't care about him. You have a duty to the English people, no one else. Except at that point, some giant flower thing starts rising outside London. We can give them London as well if they want. I don't really care about that either. I've been hoping that place floods for years. The Green Party been promising it to me, but it's never happened. And so they rise from the water en masse. Somehow, there's already a helicopter there as it's rising. I don't know what a helicopter was doing randomly in the air for the news. They start walking forwards with lights in the background like something out of the Avengers.
The species that came before us woken up.
How does she know about it? She works for the BBC, she don't know anything. She probably thinks that the Romans weren't Italian. Yet somehow, in seconds, everybody realises exactly what's going on. And even stranger, everyone believes what the BBC's been telling them. It's in Asia. I don't know what he said, but I still trust him more than the BBC. Lots of them rise outside whatever city that is. And somehow they know where all of the tourist places are around the world. I'm surprised one didn't pop out near the pyramids, especially with Russell T Davies leading. He's probably always wanted to go. He's heard for years about how the Egyptians used to worship a sphincter.
Being called H2O diplomacy.
Are you retarded? Water diplomacy. You've already called them the Aquas, like they're some pop band from the 90s. Come on, Barbie, let's go party. So you're telling me the species of water is now engaging in water diplomacy? People may say the BBC is creatively barren, but this series really proves them otherwise. Next up, we see them building a big cage inside Downing Street. I'm not sure why. I don't know why the diplomacy is being held in London when a foreigner shot them. They've turned up outside America, and you're telling me that outside of the Americans, the Russians, and the Chinese, they let the English do the diplomacy. Right. But really, the more cynical among us, not me, obviously. I'm a bountiful joy of optimism, may think that all of this is set up simply to try and harvest some goodwill that you might have around Children of Earth. They're even using some of the same sets. Remember the good old days? Now, at this point, I was quite happy. We've got helicopters lifting materials in. It's going up super fast. This is true English engineering, showcasing our talents to the world. Then I realised the BBC were making it. What kind of quality of engineer do you think Unit will hire? We're going to be lucky if they've got arms. The guy controlling that crane's probably doing it with his feet.
Construction that's being called the waterway.
Oh my god, not again. This means the water is meeting inside the waterway for water diplomacy. If you'd asked, I would have bought you a thesaurus. But apparently this is a demand from the Sea Devils.
Some say it's a symbol of peace.
Who cares what some people say? If half the population is lower than average intelligence, some people are by definition morons. This is a demand from a foreign species about what you should build on your land. And it's not as if they even need it. They can breathe air for some reason. I don't know why either. It's a bit similar to why do they have legs? They swim underwater, why do they have legs? They haven't even evolved ears as big as Alonso's. As long as you give him a feather, he can fly and swim underwater really well. Over to see more of his home life, and you can understand why he got divorced. Let's face it, you could have done at the door. But she's basically a nagging cow, as you'd expect.
You can't do that. That job of yours is useless.
At least he's got one. What do? Stay at home and scrounge off the money you steal from him?
Your dad said he can't come and get you for the next 3 weekends because he's not bothered.
Firstly, that's not what he said. You do realise she's half his DNA, right? She's not as thick as you. She's in the next room, she can hear your conversation.
Problem, Kirby?
No. What about me? I've got plans.
Yeah?
Well, what you gonna do? Try to work out how you can dissolve your SSRIs in wine.
So, anyway, I have just put 3,000 quid in your account.
I think that I'm unemployed and just leeching off him comment was accurate. As you can see, not only is he giving her $3,000 for nothing, except a court order, but she puts a lot of effort into food by just making an infinite amount of slop in one go.
You did not. Where's that from?
His job.
Noted, thank you.
Well, if I'm getting £3,000, how much did you get?
Wind your neck in, you greedy leech. Well, if I'm getting £3,000, how much are you getting? Actually, I'm the one earning it. It's my money, and you're just stealing it, alright? This is why bridges were invented.
You can get some extra cooks in now, out with the business.
I'm sorry, business? Cooks? You're not telling me she's charging for this slop? I thought this was meal prep she was going to freeze. But if you're charging for it, I wouldn't feed that to the pigs. So she gives the food to her daughter on a disposable plastic tray. Look, from the takeaways one thing, but put it on a plate, you're not a savage. But if you've cooked it yourself in your own home, use a plate. I suppose at this point we're just grateful she's using cutlery. There you go, love, just shovel this slop inside you. That's $3,000 worth.
Can't say sea devils, they're called homo spondils.
You can't say that, love, you'll get put in prison. I think you'll find Sea Devils is far more politically correct. I mean, I know Russell T Davies wrote a series about invading that want to destroy the Earth, all of society, and wipe out the human species. But Russell can get away with that kind of thing. I can't. I've got to call them Sea Devils.
Alright, don't laugh, because homo doesn't mean gay.
It does.
Yes, it does. Duh. If it doesn't, why would he get arrested for using it? Look, I've already reported the last guy for a hate crime. Don't make me send a second one.
So, homo aqua's gay water?
That's them.
This is like gender fluid, isn't it? Like, it doesn't really give you any information. You need to know whose fluid you're talking about.
The gay waters.
That's what you've been...
Is this like his we'll say it first that'll take the skin out of it? No, it makes it funnier, mate.
That's what you've been drinking, Kirby. Too much gay water.
Explains a lot about London, doesn't it? They're not called the London Lovies for nothing. It's in the water. We've found out now. At this moment, though, UNIT decided to get really up themselves.
Because we stand above all countries, borders, governments.
Yeah, that's because you're excluded from them out of sheer incompetence. You hire absolute nobodies who can't do anything correct. Not only is half your company just nepotism. Oh, my mum needs a job. Don't worry, we'll employ her. Oh, if you've met the doctor, we'll find you a job. The rest of the people don't even have full control over their limbs.
We represent humanity.
You represent the people on personal independence payments. We see the British leader in this, and he doesn't do anything for 2 episodes, basically. I don't know why he's a character.
Long time working hard to get the people's vote. Now we've got new people.
But to be fair, you're the one that brought them in, so it's kind of your own fault. But they're like, have we got the ambassador?
We had the lobster thermidor last night. Let's hope that's not a major crime down below.
I'm sorry, but the BBC is extremely pro-baby murder. They are more than happy for our women to do it. You cannot preach about, oh, well, what if these fish people don't like you killing them? Well, I don't like the humans killing us, but the BBC doesn't seem to mind it, let alone discussing his food habits. And then things go really downhill when you find out the, you would have thought you would have wanted your top engineers on this, but instead, like any kind of government department, UNIT decided to go for the cheapest bidder.
Stress is holding. Seals checked and secure. A16 has been fit.
Thank you, come again. I'm sure there'll be absolutely no problems whatsoever with his work.
Thanks to you, I'm not even allowed in this room.
I don't want to seem petty, but that's clearly not true. He's standing in the room.
Very well done.
Thanks to you, I can't even be where I am right now. Look, I know he's French, but that's offensive.
It's Roger Trevisic.
Oh, of course. The only thing that can get her to crack a smile is someone else's misfortune. She's miserable right up until she sees someone suffering, and then she's like, this is amazing. She's like me.
To confirm the perimeter is now secure, ma'am.
Thank you, if you could not interrupt.
Oh, shut up, you silly tart. I'm sorry, dear, but now's your time to be quiet. Someone important is talking. I'm telling you about the security, and I'm sorry that you're probably wondering about what coloured high heel to wear. She's wondering whether she could coat her rims in sparkly pink. But I think you'll find one of the most important parts of a diplomatic meeting among world leaders is the security of the world leaders. Not that you'd understand that, which is why you were more concerned about his lobster meal last night. And she is completely biased, incompetent, and has no idea about who's contributing what to this meeting. For instance, this.
Mrs. Bingham, let's begin.
Yes, Mrs. Bingham, if you could begin the activation by,
And flood the tank.
Yep, that's her contribution. Remember that, it'll come in handy later. So as the water comes in and starts to flood the tank, bearing in mind there's nothing special about this, we've got plenty of water worlds with big thick glass that holds water behind it. I told you shouldn't have got it constructed by the cheapest bidder. I could take one look at him and go, nah, not on my team, mate. One of the foundational principles about England is you can tell everything about a man from his accent. It's all I needed. When eventually the tank gets flooded...
40,000 litres. Well done, Mrs. Bingham.
Yes, well done, Mrs. Bingham. I'm so glad you're happy with yourself smiling there. You said open the tank. I'm so grateful for you.
And flood the tank.
Well done, Mrs. Bingham.
The other guy secured the entire perimeter, got told where to shove it, but a clunge comes along. Congratulations, my dear. I didn't even think you could dress yourself this morning, but don't you know, you surprised me.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Maybe in the future you could even fetch us some tea. Now they have scanners inside the tank which somehow can tell the species that are in there. If you do this to humans, it's incredibly bigoted, but if you do it to fish, it's all fine. She's just in full BS mode at this point, making up names left, right, and centre.
2 of an unknown life form.
I'm gonna call them Dave.
1 of a second unknown.
Steve.
3 different life forms in total.
Congratulations, she can count to 3. It's a good job she told the rest of the people in the room, because I doubt they could.
2 unknown life forms entering.
They've already said that, love. You don't have to repeat it for people who've got it on a side monitor. And then just a big fish arrives. That's the technically correct term according to the show.
Piscemorpha grandis.
Does that mean big fish?
Yep.
Look how smug she is. I just pulled that out my arse. Aren't I so clever? No. No. You can't ban the name Sea Devils and replace it with terms that someone with a mental age of 3 made up. But they approach the airlock with the third life form.
Ma'am, we don't know what that third life form is.
To be fair, you didn't know what the second life form was either. That should be the correct response. Instead we get...
First gambit is to trust them, Colonel.
I think she just likes crapping on him. It's just because he's dating her and I guess he likes it. She's like, I've got you in my pocket. I can crap over your ideas whenever I want. But behind them, we see... It's the hot fish. That's not even my term, that's what the show calls it. Now, they were scared to actually give her a feminine shape, but there's a reason for that in the second episode. That's a dude. It can be both. What can I say? Russell T Davies is very subtle and very intelligent. It's the way he sneaks you the message subtly into his shows that really gives him that kind of social weight and influence.
I'd say Homomorpha sapiens.
Nobody cares what you say. You're just making it up. Oh, well, I think we should call it. Well, I think we should call them Sea Devils. So now what? Want to fight over it? We can have a duel.
Or to simplify, Homo amphibian.
So now she's given it 2 names. She named the last one Big Fish. Can we just get someone else in to bring some sanity to the proceedings, please? Someone with a higher IQ than 85.
Amazing.
What do you mean they're amazing? They're just fish. You've even seen them exist in the water before. And now just looking at me like, oh my god, they're so amazing. I just love the outgroup. I hate my own people, but I love the outgroup. It's so much better than us.
They killed 2 of us, remember?
We killed them.
Well, we didn't do anything. I'm English, some foreigner shot one of them. It's got nothing to do with me. But then they killed 2 English people. So actually, no, they killed us after we did nothing to them.
That's what this is for.
This is how they stop brutally slaughtering English people just rapidly for no reason. But the ambassador starts talking. He's reading from some pre-approved messages that have been made up for him.
Not need translation.
Did we learn their language? No, we did not.
Why would we learn their language? We're English. You can learn ours. There's never been a linguistic problem on Earth that isn't solved by an English person speaking slower and louder. This has been our tactic around the Earth since the beginning of time. We travel around it and we just go, me-o, want to, bio, that-o. And everyone gets it.
Did we learn their language? No, we did not.
What an insufferable prick. If you're like, oh, you can't insult him, what's he gonna do? I can run into a muddy field. It's not like he can follow me.
A gift. Rhododendron nivale.
Great, he bought her flowers. You're after the piece or trying to hook up with her later. Also, I've got you a Netflix subscription. Would you like to chill? Suppose that would be one way to work out the, parts from earlier. Although, let's face it, this is the BBC. The first thing they spoke about is how their parts would work.
We have a gift for you, my children.
Oh, how modern of it. And this is where the BBC's point of view stands to them. They were just unborn babies. They weren't even really alive.
Refuse to stop the babies being born, but once they're born, they don't look after them.
The BBC is not pro-baby. This isn't a position that they hold. I highly doubt that this is a position that Russell T Davies holds. You can't come to me and preach over fish eggs when you don't care about the human ones. But she's like, my children should have been born, but instead they choked on your oil.
And excrement.
To be fair, this is the ocean. Everything craps in the ocean. In fact, the ocean is set up specifically to recycle it. Fish eat it. I don't know whether that's news to you, but actually waste products are a fundamental part of plant life and life in general. It fertilizes things. If you were going to complain about the environment, at least learn why. But he's like, look, I've got solutions for it. I think we can fix these problems. Well, I don't know you. You're not known to us. We want to speak.
We would speak with him.
Me?
Oh, he's almost as surprised as I was when I found out he had a kid.
Who the hell is he?
Nothing. He's no one.
Alright, calm down. Less of the bigotry from you, woman.
He's the mistake. He was there by mistake.
Everything from this team is a mistake. Everyone in this team is a mistake. I won't be surprised if half the disabilities in this room were caused by NHS accidents. He's like, no, you don't understand. Not me. You definitely want him.
You showed respect.
No, he didn't. She goes back to where he did the cross, but...
No, that's just a thing.
What are they, Christians now?
I can't believe him. Christian... could you imagine if all the underwater things is done by Christian? We're not Christian here. Don't you understand? You're supposed to be evil now. That's what the modern humans are.
I'm not even religious.
He's like, no, for some reason I just did it, even though, like, why would you? I mean, I did consider singing Come On Barbie, Let's Go Party, but instead, I decided to do religious symbology for something that I don't even believe in.
But we saw your kindness.
Wasn't kindness. If anything, it was just performative submission to a social order he thought he could gain benefit from. It's like, no, I don't believe in what you do, but I will pretend to be part of it, because it might give me benefit in the future.
Will you stand as ambassador on behalf of the entire human race?
Okay.
Yeah, go on then, I'll have a bash at it. That's the English spirit. It's time to take over the world again. Now, that was just episode 1, and it was set up. It had high production values, hints at things to come, and, well, I think they made a mistake showing 2 episodes back to back. Because the second episode, they dive fully into the ideology. There were hints and messages here, you could see it in the script. But in the next one, we get fully down to the crux of the Sea Devil's problem. Humans. Did you know humans are scum? Did you know you're scum? Did you know that all the world's problems, whether you had anything to do with it or not, is your fault? It's an original sin, you see, that you were born with, and they want you to feel guilty for it. It's all nonsense, obviously, as is everything the BBC produces, but that won't stop the altogether weaker, lower people desperately trying to drag everyone else down to their level. It's essentially to make evil people feel better about themselves by gaslighting others into thinking that they're the same. The problem is that I know I'm better than the BBC, and the rest of entertainment knows it's better than this show, because I've seen episode 2, and if you've only watched this video, you've seen nothing yet. But for now, that's it from me. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Like the video if you like video, subscribe more videos like this in the future, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.